Alright guys, I'm sure you're aware there's a lot of controversy at the moment due to that shite show of a game, The Last of Us 2. So I thought with all that crap happening that I would pay homage to the masterpiece that is the original The Last of Us 1. And I was going to make this tier list video and I'm just going to rank all the characters. Well, I say all the characters, it's not entirely all the characters that were in the first game, but basically it's the characters that had the most screen time. Obviously there was a few other characters that had a few cutscenes or some dialogue, but they haven't made this list. Obviously not a big deal, because I mean, if someone's only had one cutscene or whatever, it probably would be hard to rank them or rate them anyway. So we're just going to go from left to right, and I'm going to put these in whichever order. Like I said, The Last of Us 2 is going to have no impact on this rating, so in any of these characters that are in the second game, I'm just not even taking the second game into consideration. Second game is shit. I've already made videos on my thoughts of the second game, so if you want to see that, go check it out on the channel. But anyway, from left to right, rank the characters here in The Last of Us 1. There is 5 categories. I didn't make these categories, by the way. They just happened to be on the tier list, and I didn't think there was any point in changing them, because I think they're alright. There's love, like, neutral, dislike, and hate. So I'm just going to put them all in, and I'm going to give you a little explanation as to why they're going in that category. But let's be honest, some of these don't need an explanation. Some of these, just deserve a category of their own. And let's get stuck into it. So first up, we have Belle. Belle is, I wouldn't say he's a friend of Joel's. Certainly doesn't act like a friend of Joel's when he sees him, but I think the Belle chapter in this game, you probably about an hour's worth. We get probably about an hour's worth of Belle. That's gameplay and cutscenes. Some of this stuff is comical. His dialogue is back and forth with Ellie, basically him saying she's a stupid kid, yelling at her, telling her not to touch his shit, and you've got Ellie making fun of his weight, and the two of them are just bickering back and forth. I love this. I love the whole chapter with Belle. And in the end, he helps Joel and Ellie get a car so they can get to Joel's brothers. So I like Belle. Definitely a good character. Just a shame he wasn't in the game more, but what we did get of him, he was great. So, in the end, obviously, it turns out he's gay. His partner hung himself, and his parting words to Joel was, "Get the fuck out of my city," or something like that. So there you go, Belle. Interesting character, good guy. Well, maybe, I don't know, arguable. I don't know, is he a good guy? Who knows? Right, up next we have David. Sort of meet him towards the end of the game now. I believe, I don't think the guy's a paedophile, but I think he has like, I don't know, I think he shows like a affection towards Ellie. I think he shows an interest towards Ellie. He appears to be the leader of some group. I believe that they're cannibals. I think they eat human meat. But to be fair, I think your interactions with the guy, he is pretty fair to Ellie, and he is truthful. And apart from at the end where he's trying to kill her, he doesn't actually appear to be that bad. Albeit, she did like bite his fucking fingers and kill several people in his group along with Joel, so maybe you can see a reason for him to be angry. But yeah, I didn't think the guy was that bad, but I mean, since he did, I don't know, at the end, before he gets killed, he gets on top of Ellie. Now, I don't know if I don't know if they were like getting to the point where he was going to maybe do something to her, I don't know, or whether he was just going to kill her. I don't think David was a horrible character, to be fair. I'm going to put him in dislike because there was something a bit creepy about the guy, and he's not one of those characters that we're supposed to like, but I'm not going to put him in hate, because I thought he was a decent character, and again, he wasn't that. It was pretty fair considering that Ellie and Joel killed a shitload of his people, and he did offer food, and he gave her penicillin for Joel, who was ill. So you know what, I'm just going to put him in dislike. I don't know. I didn't hate the guy. I didn't. Up next, got Ellie. Going in love, no doubt about it. Her and another one of these characters. There's no other category you can put them in apart from love. Fantastic. It's not often you say that. I mean, I don't know if I'm in the minority here, but I find kids annoying, especially in games or in TV shows or films. As an adult, I just don't find kids. I don't like seeing kid characters. There's very few kid actors or actresses or characters that I do enjoy, but I mean Ellie obviously is one of them. Fantastic, and just the whole game, her and Joel, they just make the game. The story, I mean, people can say, you know, the gameplay or whatever is not that great, but the whole story with Joel and Ellie, the whole dialogue between them two, you watching them how they, you know, when they first meet each other, the last thing they want to do is go along with each other, but it becomes by the end of the game they appear to love each other. So I mean, the character development between both of them was great, and I'm going to have to put Ellie right up there at the top. Amazing character, probably the best child character of all time, and yeah, so Ellie's going straight into that. Up next we have Mike. You basically meet Mike and his brother about halfway through the game. He helps you sneak around and avoid the authority for a bit. He ends up shooting him. I mean, I'm going to put him in neutral. I didn't love the guy. I didn't hate the guy. He was alright, you know. He was alright. And he wasn't... He actually was in the game. He had a decent spell in the game. But again, I'm just going to put him in neutral because I'm not going to waste that much time on him. But, you know, it is what it is. Mike, I'll put him in neutral. Up next with Joe. He's going straight into the love category now. I just can't... I don't know, did I put him... I'm going to put him in love. I'm going to put him ahead of Ellie. And my main reason for that is because I think, you see... I think the fact that Joel is involved with like more characters in the game, and in terms of like relationships, that I think it helps his character a wee bit more than Ellie. Therefore, I would put him, I would edge him. Obviously, at the start, you've Joel and his daughter, you've Joel and Tommy, you've Joel and Tess. Whereas Ellie in this world is quite alone, and all she really has is herself until that bond with Joel grows. But yeah, I mean, just Joel. He's a badass, let's be fucking real. I mean, if you're going to be in any sort of apocalypse, you would want him on your team. In my opinion, he's a born leader. Albeit, when he's with Tess, he doesn't appear... I wouldn't say Tess is necessarily the leader, but he does seem to follow her lead quite a lot. So, but yeah, I thought he just... Badass character, man. And he's willing to do anything for his family, and he's willing to do anything to survive. Regardless of what that shitty Last of Us 2 game wants to tell us, but Joel, man, right up there. Great protagonist, and you play from majority of the game you play through as Joel, and let's be honest, there's no anyone else you'd want to play as. The guy is great, funny guy too, and he's got so many range of emotions that he shows you, you know, throughout The Last of Us. Anger, love, sadness. The guy's got everything. So. And I agree with his decision in the end where he escaped the facility with Ellie and he didn't allow her to get the operation or the surgery even to try and find it. And I agree with that decision. I made the exact same thing. Love Joel. Don't think it was selfish at all. I mean, there was no guarantee that the cure was going to work. There was no guarantee the surgery was going to be successful. So or the vaccine even. So. You know what? I completely agree with his decision. I'm putting Joel right up there. It was close, don't get me wrong. You could toss a coin. You really could toss a coin. I mean, you could. It's as simple as that, man. You could toss a coin between Joel and Ellie, who you put at the top. But I'm going to put Joel there just because, as I said, I think because he's got several relationships with other characters, you just get to see a wee bit more from Joel. And, you know, that's my opinion. But, I mean, it is what it is. Could put them either way. Up next, you have Marie. She is Tommy's wife. You meet her once you get to I forget, Washington, I believe. Is that Washington? I can't remember. Where's it Tommy set up again? Honestly, I can't really remember. No, Jackson. Yeah, Jackson. I don't know why I'm thinking Washington. So you meet her once you get to Jackson, and apologies, computer's fucking messing up here. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of her. I'm going to put her in... Oh god, where am I going to put her? I'm going to put her in neutral. Did I put her above Mike or below Mike though? Fuck, Mike left Joel to die, so I'll probably put her in neutral. And I don't know, she's hot. I mean, I guess Thomas did alright for himself, bagging a hot blonde in the apocalypse, but I don't know, she's the leader of this group, and I don't want to take her appearance in The Last of Us 2 in consideration, but I didn't like her in that game either. And I just don't know, there's something off about her. Again, she didn't get that much screen time, but I wouldn't go as far. She did nothing really to say for me to like her. If anything, I was closer to put her in the dislike category, especially the way she treats Joel. I don't know, I'm putting her in neutral, but again, not a character that I massively enjoyed. Up next, we have Marlene Molina, leader of the Fireflies, and I'm sorry, but I'm putting her in the hate category. I just did not like Marlena, especially at the end, where they sedate Ellie and she tells Joel that basically she's going for surgery now. Joel asks to see her, and she refuses. She actually refuses, and she's willing to kill Ellie, even without asking Ellie if Ellie's okay with it. You know, she's willing to basically murder Ellie to try and create a vaccine where there's no guarantee of getting it. And when Joel's upset, she basically says to him something about, I've known her since I was a daughter. I've known her since she was born, so what you're feeling's nothing compared to what I'm feeling. Like, what a load of shite. I mean, let's look at it like this. You could know your next door neighbour for 30 years, but, I mean, you barely interact with them. You say the odd hello. You know nothing about them. You've went through no challenging times with them. Right? You've known them for a long period of time, but it doesn't mean shit. Whereas, I mean, you could be stuck in a room for someone with a week straight, you know what I mean, where you're having to work together to survive, and straight away from that week alone, I guarantee you would, if you're surviving, if someone's helping you and you're helping them to survive, I guarantee you, just knowing someone for a week in those sort of conditions, you would create more of a bond, more of a relationship with them than you would for someone that you've just said the odd hi to and we hand wave to when you're walking by them. So yeah, so what? Marlena might have knew Ellie since she was born, but basically for almost a full year, Joel and Ellie have been together fighting to survive and the struggles that they've been through. So that's just such a fucking stupid comment. But yeah, and I just wasn't happy with the character. I didn't like her. But again, I don't know if you were meant to like this character. So I'm putting her in hate. I think she's the only character that I'm putting in hate. I'll have to check the last remaining few, but she's definitely going into the hate category for me. Up next we have shit, what's her name? She was in the DLC. What's her name? Riley. Riley. What did I think of Riley? To be honest, she was in the DLC. I've only played it once. The fact that I don't really remember much about her tells me she wasn't a memorable character, but at the same time, I don't remember anything about her that I massively disliked either, so I'm going to put her at the bottom of neutral, behind Maria and Mike. So, there you go. No offence, but just don't really feel that much for her. Up next, Sara. She was only in the game for 20 minutes, but I mean, I thought she was a fantastic character. Again, same with Ellie. I mean, there's not many kid characters that I enjoy. Most of them I find irritating and I just don't like them. But I thought Sara was a great character, and I'm going to put her on the top of, like, I mean, I would put her in love, but she was only in the game for 20 minutes, but or do I might put her in the love, actually. Fuck it, I'm going to put her in the love. Screw it. Drugs. I sell hardcore drugs. I mean, what more do you want? That line's iconic. Straight in there. Up next, we've got Sam. He is the brother of Mike. Disliked him. I mean, I'll put him above the pedo guy that tried to kill Ellie, but I just did not like Sam, in my opinion. You know, like when I said, one of those kids, he always seemed to fuck things up. He seemed immature for his age. I think he was like a year younger than Ellie, but even then, I didn't like him. He just seemed like a liability. He seemed useless. He seemed like a dead weight that you were carrying around. Not like Ellie, who could fend for herself or help you and, you know, fight, take care of herself. Sam just seems like a guy that, you know, was reliant on his brother, and he was probably holding Mike back. And when you team up with the four of them team together, he's kind of holding you back. So I just dislike Sam. In the end, he gets bit, tries to kill Ellie, and Mike shoots him. So there you go. Sorry, Sam, but I dislike you. Second last, we have the penultimate character. We have Tess. I like Tess. It's in the game probably about the first 2 hours. I think she's Joel. They don't really confirm it, but I'm pretty sure she's Joel's like a love interest partner, romantically involved. I'm going to put her on like, but below Belle, because I just thought the stuff with Belle was really, really funny. And Tess was a good character. Like I said, I do enjoy her, but I'm putting her below Belle. And then last up, we have Tommy, who I'm going to put... Where are we going to put Tommy? Is it going to be hate, dislike, neutral, like, or love? I'm going to stick Tommy in love, but I'm going to put him below Sara, after Sara. He didn't have the hardcore drug line, did he? So I'm going to put him in love, but I'm going to put him below Sara. Obviously, the relationship that Joel and Tommy's got, respect that big time. You know, at the start of the game, he's calling Joel's house, and he comes over to try and obviously, you know, rescue his brother and his niece. And even at the start, when they're trying to evade the you know, the city, he I wouldn't say he sacrifices himself, but he stays behind to help Joel, and the injured Sara escapes. So then obviously when Joel gets to Jackson, he helps him. He offers to take Ellie to the Fireflies, but then Joel ends up changing his mind and says he'll take it instead. But yeah, like Tommy, offers Joel a place to stay, got the brotherly love. You know what, I'm going to put him above Sara. Yeah, sorry Sara, but at least Joel was in the game a bit longer. Sara only had 20 minutes. But, aye guys, so that is my list. Overall, we have in the love category, so it is in order. I'm having Joel, Ellie, Tommy, Sara. Then the like, I've got Belle and Tess. Neutral, I've got Maria, Mike, and Riley. Dislike, I've got Sam and Pedo. And hate, I've got Marlena. Just did not like Marlena at all. So that is my list of characters, albeit there's another few. There's a guy called... I believe there's a guy called David. Like, I know the pedo guy's called David, but I believe there's a guy called David at the start as well who steals guns from Joel and Tess. And, you know, there's another few characters that you could argue, could go on the list, but I'm happy with this list. Let me know what you think down below. Is there anyone that you would drastically move or change, or do you think I'm being too harsh on someone like, say, Marlena, or even Sam? Or what do you think? Or do you disagree? Do you not like Joel? Do you not like Ellie? Do you think they should be lower down? Or do you think I put Tommy and Sara too high up? Let us know. And that is it. I probably, to be honest, when I get a new PS4, I probably will do a Last of Us playthrough on this channel, but that's going to be at least a few months away. Anyway guys, that's it. Till next time, let us know what you think down below. Peace.